English. So I would like to kind of switch to English now
Great.
for those who did not understand everything.
Okay.
Okay.
I hope the French people understood my French.
Oh, yeah, definitely, because I understood.
Good.
Okay, definitely. So we have today Yvonne Lefort. Maybe you understood that she is a coach. Is there another word for the word coach?
Well, coach is a very general word. I mean, if I'm going to explain what I do, I usually say career coach
Career.
because you could be a life coach, you could be a coach in so many different areas today, but a career coach is really someone who specializes in somebody's career. I actually call myself more a career and life coach because when somebody is moving from one country to another, it's their career, but it's also their life.
So it's a mix of
It's
both.
definitely a mix of both, yes.
Okay, and what percentage are teachable? I mean, they do what you tell them to do, because that's the most important.
Yeah.
They
Well,
can
I would
listen.
say it just depends how motivated they are.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
They have to have faith that if they do what you tell them to do, that they will reach their goal. Now, if they listen to you and then they do whatever they want after that, then what's the use, right?
What's the
So,
use? Yeah.
so
But-
basically, you ask them in advance, I guess, are you going to do what I tell you, or are you not, or how
Yeah.
does it work?
Well, I mean, if they're taking a course, I'm assuming that that they're motivated. If they're coming to see me one on one and they have to pay
Money?
money,
Then they better
they
do.
better be motivated, or they're just throwing away their money. But for the most part, people are motivated because people want to have meaning in their life, and career is one of the main ways that people have meaning. It's a part of a person's identity for the most part, and so.
Did some of these women already know what you're going to tell them and they just want a confirmation of what they want to do? Or, I mean, they know what they want to do, right?
Sometimes. I've worked with many women, though, who don't want to go back to the type of work that they had before.
Oh,
So, especially when you're working with mothers who've taken time out to raise children, maybe they had jobs that were very stressful and they had to put in a lot of long hours, and or maybe their skills are really rusty and they really can't go back to the same type of work. So many of them want to change jobs, find something that might be more in line with what their passions are, and their values change over time. So when they were very career driven when they were younger, they may not have the same drive when they're a little bit older. So some of their values may have changed, and things like flexibility and having meaningful work and having pleasant coworkers might be important, as well as making money. But making money may not be the main value any longer.
especially if they're at home with the kids
That's right. Yeah, some of them may only want part-time work versus full-time work
or flex time
or flex time. Yeah, or maybe they want
or
work with
self-employment.
self-employment, like with my job. I can work from home. I also have a part-time job that I didn't mention before, but I work 20 hours a week for an organization that helps students find
A career.
internships.
Oh,
Internships.
oh,
So
internship.
that job gives me a sense of structure. It gives me contact with colleagues, which is really nice. And at the same time, I can
You
do
help
my own
kids.
self-employment as
You
well.
help like teenager
I
or
help college
college?
students.
College,
Yeah,
okay.
I help college students
Okay,
from
so
all over the world.
okay, so it's
Yeah.
not a coach toward finding a career, toward finding a
It's
study
yeah, this particular job is helping them actually find internships in the Bay Area.
in stuff that they're already trained for.
Yeah, well, they're getting usually a bachelor's degree or a master's degree in their area. So
And then when they graduate, they want an internship.
this is while they're still in school. So I work with students who want summer internships.
Okay,
So I help them with their resume, help them,
not necessarily a paid one, or
not necessarily. Most of the internships are not paid.
oh,
Yeah,
really, really.
yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
well, you
yeah.
can send them to me.
Okay, I definitely will.
No, because I cannot pay them.
No, our internships are mostly unpaid, but that's my other life that's not working with the whole expat population. The other thing that I love to do, in addition to teaching classes and doing my one-on-one counseling, I have a group that meets on Friday mornings at a cafe near UC Berkeley,
Oh.
and it's called Cafe Strada. and I have what's called the Friday Morning Coffee Group.
Oh, nice.
And this is something I started a few years ago to bring people together from other countries so that they could meet one another, make friends with each other. We talk about all
It's a
kinds
meetup,
of.
yeah.
It's kind of like a meetup. Many of the people who come have spouses at UC Berkeley who are visiting scholars or postdocs or graduate students. But then I have other people that have heard about the group and want to come because it's something they can count on.
Socialize,
It's
yeah.
to socialize. And we talk about all kinds of topics. Many of them are intercultural topics, and they learn, from each other. So that's one of my joys every week is my Friday morning coffee at Cafe Strada.
Oh, yeah. I think
Yeah.
my daughter went to Berkeley, so I'm pretty much very familiar with Berkeley. So it's a city of 32,000 students. So it's a young city, and
Yes.
so a lot of young people come to your group.
A lot of young people come to the group. I would say I could be their mom. So I would say the average age is between 25 and 35, and that's
Oh.
pretty much the average age of a lot of the young women who do relocate, especially with universities.
Yeah.
With the expats that are here whose husbands or wives are working with a corporation, that those people tend to be a little bit older, and they may be staying here permanently as well. So I have two different sets of groups that I work with.
Nice.
Yeah.
So on that group is free speech. I mean, free talking,
Yes. I don't have
a structure.
a structure. I'm more of a facilitator, but it's also a way for people to practice their English. I have people from China, Japan, Korea,
Yeah.
France, Germany, Spain,
Yeah.
you name it.
UC Berkeley is international.
Yeah. So it's just a great way, and sometimes we take excursions together, or we've done volunteer work together. We've biked,
Depending of the season.
depending on the season, we've biked across the Golden Gate Bridge. We've gone wine tasting. We've gone sake tasting.
Yeah, because they're foreigners.
They're
yeah.
foreigners, and they want to know all the wonderful things to do in the Bay Area. And
So
I'm a
you could-
native of the Bay Area. I'm born and raised
So
here.
you know where to go.
Yeah, I know where to go.
You can be also then
I could be their tour guide.
It could be a tour guide. Yeah, you could be both.
Yeah.
So they enjoy to find someone like you who can kind of show them around of the Bay Area,
Yeah,
and at the
I'm-
same time give them a little bit of guidance.
Yeah, I've been called their fairy godmother
Oh, really?
at times, because sometimes they just really need someone who's local,
Oh.
who can, tell them where to go if they need something,
Yeah.
where to.
And in the cafe, they can bring their kids. So,
They could bring, if they're babies, they can bring their kids.
so it's a very open.
Yes,
Very-
yes,
very
and I'm
open.
very welcoming. I have a Facebook group with over 300 people in the group.
Okay.
So every week I
What's
post.
the name of the group?
It's called Creating a Fulfilling Life in America.
Ooh, that's a
It's
long
a long
name.
long name because that was the name of the course that I used to teach at UC Berkeley. So we started this group from the course. We started the Friday morning coffee because people were sad at the end of the course. They'd been coming together week after week for 10 weeks.
Oh, they wanted to continue.
And they wanted to continue. So we were trying to think of how can we do this. So
I
we
see,
we
the
came up
cafe.
with the idea of the coffee.
So it's repeat the name of the group.
Creating a Fulfilling Life in America.
Creating
And you
a
have to
Fulfilling
ask to
Life.
join. It's a closed group.
Oh, yeah, it's a closed group.
It's a closed group.
But
so-
once you're in the group, you can communicate with the members.
Yeah, you can communicate, and I post a lot of information about things to do in the Bay Area. I post all the American holidays and what they mean. So I try to keep people informed of what I think they want to know or need to know about what's happening here.
So to be accepted within the group, you have to be an expat.
You should be from another country. Most of the people are, I would say,
And-
almost all the people are from another country.
And they're looking for guidance,
And they're looking for guidance. They're looking for companionship.
activities,
Activities, the social network.
some kind of support.
Yes, it's like a support group as well. So I
Yeah.
have that group, and
So you have been able yourself to balance your family life with your job.
yeah, it's been really great. Because Fridays I have my group, then I have my part-time job right now.
You are your own advisor.
I can take courses. So I have what's called a composite career another word is a portfolio career. I don't do
Yeah.
just one thing.
Yeah, you have a class, a social,
And I'm a mom as well.
and you're a mom, and
Yeah.
you're an independent contractor. I mean, a self-employed person, a
Yes.
part-timer. So you do all five.
Yes, and my Friday morning coffee is my volunteer work.
Okay. Yeah, it's a meetup.
Yeah. It's something that I started. It's one of the best days of my week.
Yeah.
And
And you
nobody
enjoy
pays
going
me
there.
for it. Yeah, I
of
just
course.
enjoy
It's a
it.
meetup.
I
Yeah.
just enjoy it.
Yeah,
I
so many
love-
people do meetup for volunteer purposes, you know.
Yeah, I just love meeting people from other countries. I love learning about other cultures. It's really
Are
my
you on
passion.
meetup?
No, I'm not. Not yet.
Okay, so now I know.
It's not a, yeah, I'm
It's
not,
not
on
a
Meetup.
meetup.com.
I'm not a, no,
It's not a
you can't
meetup.
find me on Meetup. You have to know about this group.
Oh, from somebody else then?
Yes.
Ah,
Yes.
okay. They cannot search meetup.com.
No, they cannot.
How can they find you? They search what on Google?
They usually search. I have been found for people just searching, of course, for career coach, intercultural transitions. A lot of it is word of mouth.
Really?
But I've been, let's see, how else have they found me? Through the courses that I teach, through the French American Chamber of Commerce, because I taught there last year and will be teaching again this year.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So that's how they found
Yeah,
me.
and word of mouth probably a little bit.
A lot of word of mouth as well.
Do you advertise at the UC Berkeley a little bit?
Yes, I'm on some of the websites at UC Berkeley. The
Social?
Visiting Scholar and Postdoctoral Affairs department has me on their website.
Okay.
And I've also taught courses at University Village in Albany, so I've been on their website as well.
Oh, sounds good.
Yeah.
So it looks like you have a very fulfilled life.
I feel like I have a fulfilling life.
Yeah, like you're an example of what you teach.
Well, if I can't be a good example, then it would be a hard thing to
Hard
teach
to sell yourself.
to other people. Yeah.
So you do advise mothers at home to do a little bit what you do, like start a little group, do a little bit of this, take a class, take a part-time occupation.
Yeah,
Depending if they have a visa or not, of course.
Yeah, I try to see where their gaps are.
Yeah.
And then how can they address the gap in their CV? So if they want to do something, but they don't have the experience or they don't have the skills, where can they learn it?
Oh.
So, but if they're ready to go back into the workforce, and it seems like there's not a big gap in, let's say they're in often if they're in technology, if they've been out of the workforce for a year,
It's hard
their
to get
skills
back in.
are already rusty.
Right.
So
I've done that.
yeah. The other thing is I've worked with some women. I had some French women in my class last year that really almost need to think about changing careers because one of them, for example, was a French doctor. So you cannot just go and become a doctor here without,
It's a lot of
taking the
Of
licensing
course,
exam and
so
doing your residency.
It's a different ballgame.
Yeah. And so this woman really has to think about, what can
What
she
can I
do?
do? What can I do
Instead
during
of
my
being
free
a
time?
doctor. But then again, I worked as a volunteer with an organization called Upwardly Global, which is a very good organization that helps professional level immigrants find work. And I was paired up with a doctor from Iran who was a dermatologist.
And
she decided to do the whole thing here in the U.S.
Oh.
She took her exams again. She did her residency exam.
And she has a double.
Yeah, and she
A lot of attorneys have the bar in France and the bar here.
yes, that's another thing, is lawyers.
But I know that doctors have to redo it, So it's a long
It's
process.
a very, very long process,
The medicine are different.
Yeah.
The prescriptions are different. The way of doing business with people is different. Here,
yeah.
there's so much paperwork. It's
Yeah, some of them, they can become nurses, but maybe they don't want to become a nurse.
it's too. They don't want to kind of go below what they used to be.
Exactly.
Because it's a status symbol also to be a doctor.
It is, and they put so much of their life and their time into all that training and
Yeah,
to
it's
become
like
a doctor.
7 years,
Yeah,
or 10 years.
It's a long time.
Yeah, why flush it down the toilet?
Yeah.
So, yeah, I know
Exactly.
every profession have their own little Like when I took programming, when I came back to the workforce, all of a sudden all the programs were totally different. Everything I learned was obsolete.
Right.
So that's another thing. That you got to reinvent yourself constantly.
Yeah, yeah, you do. I mean, you really have to stay on top of it in certain industries. You really have to stay current.
Yeah. Except, I mean, some professions are easier if you're a retail clerk than anywhere you can work, right?
Right, right.
If you are a makeup artist, anywhere you can work. You don't need the
Right.
specific.
So one of the things I think that's really important and that I help people with is looking what their skills are and what are their we call them transferable skills.
Ah, okay.
Because in the U.S. at least, it's much easier to
To transfer what you already know.
yes, yes. In Europe, and I would imagine that this might be the case in France, your job title and your degree is very important. And those things are important, but here what's really important is what can you do?
Yeah.
What can you offer the employer?
Yeah.
What value can you contribute?
Oh, okay.
And so your skills are very important. So you
Right.
really want to look at a job description and see what skills are required and then see how you can transfer your skills and talk about them so that you can show that you have the relevant skills.
Oh, okay. If their mother's at home, so they're looking maybe for flex time? Mm-hmm. Flex time?
Yeah?
Because they want to have the flexibility to take off if their child is sick, or the opportunity, I mean,
Yeah.
the right to take off if they have to pick up the kid at preschool, or
Yeah.
arrive late if
Yeah.
it need be.
I mean, that's something that certainly, needs to be talked about, but certainly you wouldn't want to talk about that in the first job interview.
Oh,
In the first job interview, you really always want to focus on what the employer's needs are, not what your own needs are. So you kind of want to wait.
yeah, but if the employer's need is to be there at 8 and leave at 5 and
Well-
doesn't seem compatible, then there's no way you can accept.
Then that might not be the best organization for you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you want something either part-time or flex.
Right, right. So you
Is-
need to find out, sometimes you can do what's called informational interviews with somebody who already works in the company and you can ask them,
Do they allow flexibility?
Yes,
Okay.
yes. And that's, that will give you some information about the company and then you can decide whether that would be a good match for you or not.
Oh, okay. I saw the picture of even a CEO taking care of his daughter, like Mark Zuckerberg.
Yes.
He took his daughter for the vaccination.
Right.
So he's a CEO and he took time off for that.
He's taking, I think, about 3 months off.
Right. So even for men, they take time off.
Yes, yes.
And now they added so much more time off for men,
Right.
not just women.
Which is great. It's great that
They
men are being recognized as being
a good part
a
of the
good
kid.
partner. Exactly. I was very, very, very fortunate. My husband took off 9 months from work.
You
when-
really?
When we had our child.
9 months, that's a
9
long time.
months is a very long time, but he really was my partner, and it was wonderful to have him home and have that time that he could really bond with our baby.
Oh,
My
yeah.
baby's now 18.
Yeah, your baby's finished with high school.
He's about, he'll be going off to college next year.
Oh, that's good. That's
Yeah,
good. So yeah, I've seen a lot of new laws like to allow men and women take time off now. They keep extending those time, like all the big corporations like Salesforce and all that. That was the main topic of their
Yeah.
convention this year.
Because they have also so many younger people, and that generation wants more benefits. They want to work hard, but they also want
A family.
more work-life balance than in previous generations. I mean, that's very, very important.
Yeah, so employers are finally listening.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because if the employers are not listening, then this country will be childless. Like,
And they can't keep good employees if they don't give them the kinds of benefits that they
yeah,
want.
because what good is it to have all the money in the world if you have no family life?
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, in Europe, people have so much more time off for vacation and maternity leave. I mean, I think the U.S. is still really behind in those areas.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. My sister took 6 months when she had her baby in France, and then she had someone come to her house and fold her clothes and do everything for her.
Yeah.
And that was all paid by the government, and which we're making progress now. I mean, we making a lot of progress from 20 years ago.
Yeah. Yeah. And many companies now have daycare right on the premises,
Like Google, yeah.
like Google,
So a lot of companies are listening.
which is really good. It's about time.
Yeah. So I wish I was born in 2000. I mean, I wish I had my kid when in 2015 rather than when I was younger, because there was nothing for mothers at that time. Nothing, absolutely nothing. Or you can work full time, or you can stay home. See, there was
And you
no.
had your children in the United States?
Yeah, but there was no balance.
Yeah.
Yeah. So or you quit or you stay. It's up to
Yeah.
you.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's good that you get to meet all these people. Do you don't welcome them at the airport, of course, but
No.
you with San Francisco Bay Accueil, they tell you who is new.
No, not really. Basically, they do the advertising for my courses
Oh, in their newsletter.
in their newsletter and on their website, and that's
Okay.
how and then people will register through them.
Yeah, I used to
Yes.
receive their newsletter. Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
so it's a good thing for the French people who come to America. They know where to get their driver's license. They know how to, do all the things necessary to get functional again
Yes.
here.
Yes.
So it's a good organization, and it's nonprofit.
It's a nonprofit, and they do many events, and they work together with the
Social, so
yeah,
like
with the
picnics
consulates
and stuff like that.
yes.
I remember. So yeah, so it's wonderful that you found a meaning to your life, and as well as contributing to creating one for other women.
And it's great that I can use my languages in my work. And, when I teach in English.
Yeah.
They have to be able to speak English.
Okay.
But if they don't understand something, at least I can translate it, or there's other people who can help
Oh,
translate.
okay.
Yeah.
So most French women understand English, right?
Well, the ones who take my courses have
Do.
to.
They do.
Otherwise, it would be very difficult, because part of the benefit of taking the courses, they're also acquiring the vocabulary that they need to look
function in
Yeah,
America.
to function. And if they can't speak English, I don't know how they can look for work.
Okay.
So unless they're working primarily with French-speaking people.
Yeah.
So by taking the course, they're practicing their English. They're
At the
learning
same time.
vocabulary in
Yeah.
English as
Yeah.
well.
They're learning by listening to you.
Yes.
That's-
Yes, and the exercises that I give them are in English. Like they have to, for example, they have to sort their skills. I give them an exercise where they have to prioritize their skills. All the words for skills are in English.
Got it.
Yeah.
Okay. So it's been a pleasure to talk to you. I don't know where this is gonna lead you, but you're on the right path apparently, because you've been doing it for a while, right?
Yes, yes.
So you feel like this
Someday I would love to work again in Europe, and perhaps try
Do
to
the-
prepare the reverse, to
Yeah.
prepare people who want to come to the U.S. and give
go
the-
to France. The reverse, people who from the U.S. who go to France.
Yeah, probably I could do that, but also people who are thinking about coming to the U.S. and help to prepare them before, because I've also given a lot of workshops on American culture and cultural differences. So I really enjoy helping people, also as an intercultural trainer, to help them understand the American work system, the American workforce, what is important to know about our value system, so that they can understand the differences, because there definitely are differences in how we communicate, indirect versus direct communication, for example. And so I try to, educate them on cultural differences.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, well, that sounds like a complete umbrella of,
Yeah.
I mean, a complete set of courses and activities that people can do for
Yes.
money.
And
or
I've
for
also just started doing webinars, so
Oh.
that's also my new thing.
Oh, okay, that's a different ballgame. So you can attract people from other countries.
Yes, I'm doing webinars right now on resume writing, interviews, so doing more and more of that.
People can see you on the webinar?
Right now I've just recorded my voice, but yes, they will be able to see me. I'm just getting
I mean,
into
you can
that.
do slides, right?
Yes, I have PowerPoint presentations.
PowerPoints, okay.
Yes, PowerPoints.
Yeah, so that's another thing that people do. Yeah, it's getting more and more popular too.
Yes, it's almost a skill that you have to learn how to do as well.
Oh, okay, okay. So you
Yeah.
subscribe to one of those go-to-meeting
Yes,
or
GoToWebinar. Yes,
go-to-webinar.
which is through GoToMeeting.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, no, I'm
yeah.
very familiar because I joined a few of them.
Yes.
So thank you so much.
Thank you very
So
much.
that gives also people who might want to do what you do, what they can do on their free time, right? I
Yeah,
mean,
they can look at my website and also see what I do.
you do different things, yes.
Yes.
So this way you can't miss a thing, right? So if you don't learn it in school, then you learn it from someone who attend one of your events and
Yes.
things like that. They keep you updated
Yes, yes.
because they're younger than you, right?
Most of them are younger than I am, yes.
No, I mean, if something comes up
Yeah.
in the universities that you were not aware of, they're
Uh-huh.
going to tell you. They're going to tell you, no, now people learn,
Oh,
social media, or now
yeah,
people learn this.
exactly. People are always helping me if I need to learn some new technology. I'll say, "Help, I need to learn how to do this." Google Docs or webinars or things.
Oh,
So
yeah.
people are helping me.
They also have the Google with video.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes.
So that's another one that's very popular besides the webinar. It's
Yes.
getting more and more popular.
Yes.
So anyway, thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
I hope you continue in that path and appreciate your time here with us on French American TV.
Thank you.